And a lot of this would be on the web, so you don't necessarily have to print documents. So that concludes my presentation. If there are any comments or questions, I'd be happy to take those.
Mike, thanks for the presentation. I think you know where my sentiment is on this. This is long overdue. Do you happen to know the number, the approximate cost of our most recent comprehensive plan in 2007-2008? How much that cost was saved?
I don't know the cost of that. I know it was done in-house. I don't think there was a lot of consultants.
No consulting. So this is the first time we've actually reached out to a third party.
There may have been some tiny little consulting hours, but it was not a full-blown by any means.
Okay.
I think it said that the land use categories, or no, one facet of the plan had been updated yearly, but the full-blown comprehensive plan had been done since 2003, right?
The effort in 2007-2008 was a pretty modest effort, and I think it was actually, the document itself was trimmed down. It was a pretty modest effort. It was done in-house. It happened right before there were a lot of changes.
Was that in response to the intermodal project? Is that what kind of drove that 2007-2008 adjustment?
I don't believe it did, because it doesn't appear that it responds to the intermodal in a very detailed fashion. I don't know the history of it that well.
I thought that there were mandated things that needed to be kept up to date, and that was pretty much what. Jeff, what about the park master plan? Who did that, and how much did we spend on that?
That was done separately. Originally, it was completed, I believe, in 2002. It's kind of our beginning phase with that real broad view, and it was, I want to say, $15,000 or $18,000. And since it's had a series of updates that have been inserted into that 3 times with that, with 2008 or 2009 being the last. All of each update did have some consultant help with it.
Other questions? I do think we need to open the floor for public comments. I'm sorry. If there's anyone here that would like to make public comments about new business item number 7, please come to the podium and be heard. No one coming forward. I'd ask if there are any other questions or comments from council.
I found the section that was in the project background for the RFP. It says the development plan map is updated annually to reflect changes in land use designations, but no significant update to the land use categories has been done. Is that what you're asking?
Well, I was kind of getting some clarification on that, just getting an idea of what our statutory requirements are, or if there are any statutory requirements that are needed to update that on an annual basis.
Statutorily, you're supposed to, in effect, review it yearly.
Just review, but you don't have to change.
You don't have to change it.
Correct.
You're supposed to look at it yearly.
Okay. Thank you for that.
That's how you understand it, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
My understanding is the Planning Commission has reviewed it annually. They haven't actually made a significant update to it.
Anyone else?
I don't normally give compliments from this seat, but I read all the marketing materials, and
Good work.
And it was good.
Good presentation.
I mean,
I hope that's a sign of what to expect, because the presentation was top-notch. So my hat's off to Mr. Gardner and his group, because it really was comprehensive in just the presentation part of it.
The bar's set high, Dan. The bar's set high.
Great. We'll live up to it.
Good. Anybody else? I'd entertain a motion for new business item number 7.
I move we authorize the city administrator to execute a consulting services contract with Oswald Levine Associates, LLC, to complete a comprehensive plan update.
Second.
Motion Harrison, second Shoot. that we authorize the city administrator to execute a consulting services contract with Haziel Levine Associates LLC to complete a comprehensive plan update for the city of Gardner. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Council updates. Does staff have anything for council? All right, does council have anything for staff?
I don't have anything for staff, but I do want to reiterate the need to reevaluate ordinance 2296. I think we need to get that put on work session very shortly, and have staff directed to start the dialogue, to have a council action form within the next 60 days to get that done.
Agreed. How does the rest of council feel about that?
I agree. The only thing that I would add, though, I mean, when we talk about that ordinance, I would like the scope to be larger than just the existing EUB and talk about utilities in general.
I would be amenable to that. I think we need to have a template that we could use for a potential water board, or even a just consolidated utilities board in general.
I agree.
No objections. Okay. Larry?
Of course I object. I mean, we're here to make the big decisions, and to offload that to a group that can't easily be removed or replaced or recalled is a stupid idea. So,
Duly noted. Anybody else have any other comments or questions? I've got a couple of things. I meant to mention at the beginning of the meeting, Brian Faust, our new Public Works Director, is here. Good to see you. You've been hiding behind the big monitor over there. I haven't really been able to see you, and you weren't called upon, but we're glad to have Brian on board. Johnson County Fair Parade's this weekend. I hope that everybody makes it out to view it. We've got the Bocce America's Cup in town.
Yeah.
If you want to see the Paralympians play some bocce, it's a good event, and it's very motivating. We've recently had new chairs and vice chairs elected, and the Planning Commission and the EUB. And the EUB, Eric Schultz is the new chair, and Mark Baldwin's the new vice chair. And Adriana Metter's sitting out in the audience, and she's the new Planning Commission chair, with Ray Kimsey as the vice chair. We are still looking for a couple of Planning Commission members, but we have candidates. Currently, we only have one candidate for 2 openings on the BZA, and the application session stops on April 7th at 5. Please, no, we gotta move. When August 2nd.
August
But it's
7th.
not April,
August.
right?
He said
Did
April.
I say April?
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little discombobulated that we're getting done so early. Yeah, so August 7th at 5 p.m. is the deadline. I would implore council members to invite their friends and family and community members to apply for a position on the BZA. Shoot, if you know young professionals, I bet it'd look great on their LinkedIn page or their resume. Chief, is there anything that we need to know about regarding the Fair Week and safety and traffic and stuff?
If I may,
Yes.
Certainly.
Thank you, Mayor and honorable council members. Yes, there is. Actually, this is a kind of a new launch and new direction for the Gardner, Kansas Police Department. We have changed uniforms. After 25 years of the blue and gray, as I like to call it, we've actually switched and went over to a new uniform, a 511 pattern, which will be darker, a little bit more serviceable for the officers. And what I'd like to do is, quite honestly, you'll be the first individuals to see this new uniform tonight. It will be unveiled tonight. If I can have Sergeant Hollingshead bring the officers in who have been waiting patiently. And I also let you know you will see all of us in this uniform the day of the parade, August 10th. I think they look very good.
Nice. Hey.
Yeah, we don't have a runway here, so we'll just kind of look it like this.
We can do.
So,
Very sharp.